Thank you for joining me for an ITY TV interview. I'm here at day 2 of Oktane 2025, and I'm with Stephanie Barnett. She's the Vice President of Presales in the Asia Pacific Japan region and also the Interim GM. Stephanie, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
We just had the main opening keynote with Todd McKinnon. He's the CEO and the co-founder. And wow, this was an awesome keynote that really set out that to be able to secure AI, you need Okta's technologies because you've been securing identity for so many years.
Absolutely. So at Okta, we believe fundamentally that AI agents should be treated exactly the same as any employee. When you think about their day-to-day, they're accessing your mission-critical systems. And what you need to do, they need an ID badge just like anybody else. It controls where they go, when they go there. And you also want to know when they were there, have that audit trail around it, and control what they can and cannot access. And this is what we've been doing since the beginning, 16 years of this. So we're so incredibly well placed around the AI security space.
Well, it's also wonderful to see technology having matured so much that we can now consider an AI agent at the same level as a human in terms of all the access that they get, what they can do in the system, how they can be manipulated by an actual human on the outside world. And unless you can do that and have those AI systems managed in the same way as humans, you're missing a piece of the puzzle. I mean, it's also the cross-app awareness, this new ability to have all the apps talk to each other through the Okta platform so that you can secure everything in the same way that is also new and something that is a turning point for not just the company, but the industry.
Absolutely. And so there's two elements to this. So Todd was talking about today that you have to get AI security right to get the full potential from AI. And then when you're talking yourself around cross-app access, you'll be using incredible applications like Box, and they have apps like Grammarly. And often your employees are actually in control of what is the security vectors there, like what are the permissions that I can give Box to access Grammarly, and the organization can't see that. The organization is blind to that.
It's almost like shadow IT, except for shadow AI. Yeah.
Because, when you have incredible organizations who leverage AI, you've done your due diligence around the application, but not how that application leverages AI and what is the engine behind that. And so having that visibility, having that control is incredible. But not only that, from a user experience perspective, if you think of every application we're using right now and it's using AI, those consent boxes just keep popping up. It's so annoying. You don't even know, you don't even think, you just kind of click.
Yeah.
So it's risk for the organization. And now being able to control that down to the micro level of access is so powerful. Your employees get AI productivity tools that are going to help them work faster, make their jobs more meaningful, more fun. And as an organization, you are mitigating the risk exponentially because of this new standard that we're driving as an industry standard.
And it's funny how history can repeat itself. We used to have the antivirus internet security programs asking us whether we wanted to allow such and such an app through the firewall. And then Apple used to make fun of Microsoft for this, the cancel or allow, for the when they had Windows Vista to allow certain things. And it's the same thing now with all of these AI agents. They're asking all these questions. You need something that can automate that and take responsibility for it because you've programmed the Okta system to know what should be authorized and what isn't. And there's still human oversight behind the whole thing anyway.
Of course. And employee fatigue is a real thing. It's not an employee's fault. It's an organization's responsibility to make security front of mind and for them to control security. Employees are the front line. They can do their absolute best and you can drive a security culture. But in the end, it's your responsibility to make it as easy as possible for your employees to do their work in the most secure way possible.
Now, we're sitting here in Las Vegas in the North American market, but you're responsible for Asia Pacific and Japan, which of course includes Australia and New Zealand. So just tell us a little bit about your role in the company and how the growth of the Asia Pacific region, and also, it's the first world here in the US, but in Asia, they have to do more with less. AI has the potential to equalize some of these smaller companies into having the same sort of powers as larger companies. So how are you seeing Australia and the region with the take-up of AI and Okta solutions?
So it's incredible. It's such a privilege to look after this region and the diversity of customers. And if you think about the complex problems that they're trying to solve, and you think of the geopolitical landscape, you think of regulatory environments, and then, like you said, limited resourcing, what we are seeing is an explosion of how our customers are trying to leverage AI to kind of bridge that gap. And what we're seeing, if I move to emerging markets first, like you said, you're doing more with less. Our emerging markets may have had some kind of reservation around moving to cloud. Zero reservation adopting AI.
Yeah, there's excitement.
There's so much excitement. So what we're seeing is an actual explosion of the AI space. It's kind of like skipping one of the paradigms straight into AI, which is really, really exciting. In Australia, we're seeing over 90% of organizations adopting AI, but we're seeing about 10% of them having a security strategy around that AI. But across the board, from an identity perspective, we are seeing phenomenal growth across multiple different industries, whether it be in healthcare, mining, energy, retail, consumer, across the board. Because identity has become a board level conversation, organizations across Australia are realizing the responsibility that they have to secure every single one of their endpoints, secure their environment, to secure ultimately the most precious thing of all, which is the identity of their customers and their employees and their broader ecosystem.
And we heard Todd saying that AI security is identity security.
Yes.
And that's, like we were saying before, I mean, the company has been around for 16 years looking at identity security. And if you hadn't done all that work, you wouldn't be in the position to be able to now secure AI. And all of these agents, I mean, we're not just talking about ChatGPT and Gemini. There can be dozens or hundreds of agents that a company is going to be using.
Yeah.
So are there any other customer examples for customers that are here that that you deal with, that have heard about the news and are excited to finally implement AI agents at scale, but have them work in a way that's
Absolutely.
secured?
Absolutely. And so we have incredible Okta customers and Auth0 customers here. And this is what's great is what works across, but it's across the entire platform. And they're extremely excited. If we go on the Auth0 side, we have incredible customers here from Indonesia, from a tier one banking perspective, who moved to Auth0 because they wanted to drive the most secure and phenomenal experience for their customers. But knowing that they're able to build AI agents secure from the get-go with clicks, not code, is just phenomenal. So yeah, our customers are so excited by this capability. And, the ability not only just to build, but also to get that full visibility with our identity security posture management, and the ability to not only get that visibility, but remediate in console if there is anything that's, kind of any agents that have gone a little wild.
Well, look, there's still so much more of Oktane to go. There's more announcements to be made. Probably you know more about what's coming than obviously that I do. So what else do we need to know? Because most people will likely be seeing this after the conference has ended. And so please feel free to tell us.
Look, I think we should be all doubling down and getting an understanding around cross-app access in terms of the standard itself is absolutely phenomenal, but also how we're growing the work that we're doing around our IPSI protocol, our interoperability profile for secure identity in the enterprise. I struggle with that one, but I got that. How Okta takes an identity standards-based approach to securing identity is just what makes us different, because we know that we can't go at this alone. We need the cooperation of our competitors, of our partners, to drive better outcomes for our customers. And so I really recommend staying tuned and checking out the sessions around that. But ultimately, I'm just excited to hear about how our customers, I learned so much about how our customers are implementing Okta and the incredible outcomes they're having. And so everyone has to make sure that they tune into Oktane Live after the fact, check out all the different sessions, especially of our incredible APJ customers who are here this week.
Yeah, and it must be really rewarding to be part of a company that's setting standards that the rest of the industry is benefiting from.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I have so much empathy. I have the privilege of working with so many different CISOs, CIOs every single day. And when you think about the portfolio of work that they have to do, there is just so much on their plate. Standards-based approach takes the thinking out of it and also helps, cyber complacency can also come from a place of just being completely overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Not from a place of not wanting to solve a problem. It's more just like, I have these compliance standards, regulation is continuously evolving. It's so hard to keep up. So this standards-based approach where we're also driving regulation should be really helpful, proactively with our customers.
Well, Stephanie Barnett, the Vice President of Presales and APJ and the Interim General Manager, thank you so much for your time and enjoy the rest of Oktane.
Thank you so much. It's been awesome chatting with you.
Thank you. Bye.